Hello, this is FE Zeldord12345 and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. It's finally time to take on the Hades Cup. This is my setup. It's pretty much the exact same as before, but I figured that I should show it one last time anyway. The Hades Cup isn't hard, it just takes a while. In fact, I'm recording this in post-commentary because I'm fast-forwarding through most of these fights. They're all enemies that you've seen plenty of times before, so I don't think there is much merit in showing most of them in normal speed. So I'm just going to be talking about whatever I feel like talking about. And yeah, those are all of the customs, and that should be it. And let's go. We'll take on the Mystery Cup later. Now, interesting thing about the seeds here, if you make it to a certain point in the Hades Cup and then die, you can start further into the Hades Cup. You don't have to start all the way at the 49th seed all over again. Like, once we take on the first 10, then you can skip to the next set. That's nice. And kind of needed if you do struggle with it or at low levels like me. And yeah, this is pretty much what the Hades Cup is going to be like. Just me zooming through everything. It's kind of fun to watch, I guess. There are some fights that I'm not going into fast forward. They're nothing too big, but I do think some of them are worth showing off a little bit. As far as magic goes, I'm not really going to be using magic much. I'm just going to be using it for cure, as you can see. And here we have a rare truffle. Interesting that they decided to put this here again, even after the Hercules Cup. I seem to do kind of okay here because of Ultimate Weapon's length, but not really enough. I've thought about it, actually, trying to get all 100 hits on the rare truffle, and I think I'll do it, but later. I have some things coming up in my personal life, so I don't want to deal with it right now. At this point, I really just want to end the Let's Play as soon as possible. Anyway, here we have Yuffie. And fortunately, she's by herself, so she's nowhere near as bad. I am kind of getting hit a lot, but if you look closely, I'm putting no effort into this fight. I'm just walking up, attacking, and now I'm putting some sort of effort into it by dodging, but I'm not really caring that much and I'm getting hit. She does very little damage. Sliding Dash can deflect her shuriken, and she's piss easy. I still thought it was worth showing her, just because this is the only time you fight her solo. And we get the Genji shield. I forget its stats. Probably inferior to what I already have. So we're just gonna have fast-forwarded fights for a very long time now. Nearly 6 minutes. So hopefully you guys won't get too bored. I do still technically want to show this off, but might as well do it at double speed. It may be fun to watch, but I might as well talk while we're doing it. So, I said that I didn't exactly want to deal with the rare truffle because of my personal life. I think I sounded a bit too negative there, so just to clarify, I'm back in college now. So, I don't have the free time that I did over the summer, unfortunately. In fact, as soon as I finish this Let's Play, I'm taking a break from Let's Plays for a while. I just need some time to myself. As fun as this is, it can get pretty tiring, and time-consuming. There are so many instances where I'm so busy with my Let's Plays that I don't really put in so much time into other games I could be doing. Like, I could be playing Super Smash Bros., Vagrant Story, or, heck, doing test runs for my next Let's Play after this, but this just takes too much time. The way Kingdom Hearts has been, whenever I focus all my attention onto recording, editing, and then uploading, the process is usually about 4 to 5 hours a day. I want to say it's about right. So yeah, it can take a while. And with college and getting a job, it just does not match well. I do think I'll probably stream because that cuts down the editing, which is about 2 to 3 hours at least. But as for Let's Plays, that's gonna be a while. I do these Let's Plays for more than just fun. The people who know me already know this, but for those who don't, I'm a very shy person. As in, I have an extremely hard time talking. These Let's Plays really make it a lot easier for me. For the most part. This is like my 20th time trying to record this, but it hasn't been going well. But yeah, talking is something that I really do want to get better at. And Let's Plays help to a certain extent. But really, it's only when I know what to talk about. I can't just draw a topic out of thin air on the fly. And Let's Plays, they haven't exactly helped me in that regard. I can extend a conversation about what I want to talk about just fine, but trying to think of something to talk about, that's the problem. I've started to think of making Let's Plays as a form of public speaking. I did horrible when I first did public speaking, but I feel like I could do a lot better now, because what I've been doing is pretty similar to it. I think of something I want to talk about, think about it in more detail, and then just present it. Although it does require some rehearsing, and note cards. Heck, I actually have note cards right in front of me, with a bunch of topics to talk about. So yeah, I am kind of learning. Now the only problem is to just get over my nerves. That's an extremely huge problem I've had throughout my life. I'm extremely introverted, and I have a hard time making friends. And sometimes it gets to a point where I have a lot of doubt in myself, and I doubt that the people I talk to even think very highly of me, which I know is a terrible thought, but it just happens. Like, with my college's gaming club, they're awesome, but there are times where it's just really hard for me to fit in. Oh yeah, there's Sundaga. I think I glossed over Blizzaga as well. But it's pretty hard for me to feel like I fit in with them, even though I do talk to some people from time to time. But there was one thing that happened that raised my confidence. I got a really, really awesome birthday present from someone. Yep, I got a Keyblade. By pure coincidence, it happened to tie in with the game I'm Let's Playing. But yeah, I kind of see the Keyblade I have as a bit of a reminder that I have made friends. Kind of cheesy, but yeah, it's kind of nice to think about. I'm not saying I depend on the Keyblade that I have. It's just something nice. But anyway, a lot of people have some strong connection with Kingdom Hearts. Whether it's nostalgia, the fact that they love the Disney worlds. I still don't really feel that much of a connection. But I do get to know a lot of people throughout the series. I've made quite a number of friends because of the series, and it's kind of nice. It is something that can happen with pretty much every video game series like Smash Brothers, Zelda, Pokemon. But that doesn't mean it has any less meaning. And I am thankful to Kingdom Hearts because of that. I still don't love the series, but it has done a lot for me. This is probably the most personal I've ever been in my Let's Plays. Like, normally I would never talk this much about myself, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay, and now we're fighting both Cloud and Squall. Pretty interesting combination they have here. I'm pretty sure this is because Final Fantasy 7 and 8 were pretty popular. And the two characters are kinda similar. But regardless, this fight's really not that bad. It might be a bit tougher pre-Ultima Weapon, but I can't imagine it's that much tougher. Like, I just shredded through Squall right there. You have Ars Arcanum now, and really that makes this fight a whole lot easier. The invincibility frames help a lot. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe Sonic Rave would have helped a lot during the Squall and Yuffie fight. Because that has a lot more invincibility frames than Ars Arcanum. Probably should have tried it out, but oh well. And Cloud is dead. There we go. I'm not sure why he didn't die right away, but, well, we got him. And there's the Lionheart Keyblade. It's basically a better Oathkeeper. In the original Kingdom Hearts, it would be stronger than Divine Rose, but that's not the case anymore. A shame. They really had something going with Keyblade balance in the original KH1, but for some reason they felt the need to buff Divine Rose. Whatever. Something that I've been thinking about doing is going through the Hades Cup and fighting Unknown without using Ultima Weapon. I may be doing some other things later without Ultima Weapon. I've been thinking about it because one of the goals of my Let's Plays is not only to 100% the game and share all my knowledge with it, but try to do it in a convenient fashion so that way it's easy to follow along. Getting Ultima Weapon, however, is not easy or convenient. So, it's got me thinking about going through some parts without it. I'm not entirely sure how I'll do it. I'm probably just going to... I'm not sure if I'll stream it or make bonus episodes after I finish the Let's Play, but it's something I've been thinking about. This part of the game has been pretty tough to show off in terms of convenience. Because there are super bosses, there's a synthesizing. Really, the ratings were a bit hard for me to decide on because you could kind of be at any level and it would drastically affect the rating. Like, pre-Ultima Weapon Unknown is definitely a 5 out of 5 fight, but if the player decides to grind a lot, which is very easy right now because of how much EXP we're getting, then the rating would definitely be lowered. So what I was thinking was... Actually, this is kind of amusing here. I love using counterattack like that on defenders. So, I ultimately decided that it was best to just rate the bosses how I felt it was from my experience. It's not like everyone's going to fight a super boss the same way.
Yo, hey, how you doing, everybody? Yeah, got a minute? Hades, Lord of the Dead, nice to see you. Hey, guess what? I got a place for you.
Well, that kinda came out of nowhere. Anyway, here is Hades at the 10th seed for some reason instead of the top. I don't really get that. Now, this is the attack he mostly does when he's blue-skinned, but as you can see, there's a blind spot, so you can easily take advantage of it. Not so much for Donald and Goofy, though. Now for this attack, just dodge roll and you should be fine. It's not too hard to get around.
Hey, you having fun yet?
I'm kinda having fun. And now while his skin is red and his head's on fire, you can't really stagger him that easily. And he often goes back to this flame wall attack. Not much you can do about that, unfortunately. Now, I don't know, I believe Blizzard works okay on him, but the thing about Hades is that once you stagger him a few times, which Blizzard does stagger him, but once he's staggered 2 or 3 times, he immediately goes to his flame wall attack. So, Blizzard's not really the best move to use. Only use it if you don't think you can dodge his attacks too well.
Hey, you having fun yet?
There's not really too much else to this fight. As you can see, he eventually goes back to his normal form. But as soon as he does that flamethrower attack again, which is pretty often, then we're back to the non-staggering phase. Admittedly, I'm not as familiar with this fight as I want to be. Oh yeah, that I should also mention. He does shoot out fireballs, and if you guard it, that's what staggers him when he's red. But yeah, I'm not quite as familiar with this fight as I want to be, mainly because I don't fight Hades that often. It's mainly due to his placement. Granted, once you beat the Hades Cup, you're able to go back to him somewhat easily, but I've never really felt the need to do it. Mainly because since I have Ultima Weapon, I don't really have that much trouble. But even without Ultimate Weapon, I don't think he's that bad. Well, I haven't fought him without Ultimate Weapon ever, so I'm not entirely sure about that. But I don't think he'd be that tough. As long as you can dodge his attacks fine and use Ragnarok or Ars Arcanum, then you should be good to go. Oh yeah, speaking of which, if you have Ars Arcanum and Ragnarok equipped like I do, then you're going to be forced to use Ragnarok, because the target's above where Sora's normal position is. A shame. And that's it. Yeah, I don't really have too much else to say about Hades otherwise. He's a fine boss. And that's just it. Fine.
Hey, what are you doing? Stop! Hey guys, get away from me! Oh, come on!
Bye? Well, we got Graviga for that, and there's Ansem's 8th report. I have no idea why they decided to put it here, but okay. And time to fast forward again. So, something I guess I'll talk about, it's about Hades' invisible health bar. I already put a small note about it on screen, but I don't really get why that's there. Especially for a boss like Hades who doesn't stagger often. Because when you don't see the health going down, and he's not staggering either, it honestly felt like I was doing something wrong. Like I wasn't supposed to be attacking him at that particular time. It couldn't have been that hard to code in, even for the PS2. I made fun of how bad the animations are because of the system, but it's not that technically limited. Ooh, white mushrooms! We get to see them one last time before the LP ends. Awesome. Okay, Thunder, and that one was a dick. Let's see what I can do with you. More Thunder. Come on, what else? And you give me nothing? Come on, I know I hate you with the most powerful Keyblade in the game, but come on, that should be an honor. Well, we're almost done with this, so I guess at this point I just want to say, I hope you guys enjoyed this Let's Play. This has been... I don't know if this is exactly my favorite Let's Play so far. I'm not entirely sure how well it stacks with Legend of Dragoon, because I had a lot of fun with that one. The only thing I can say for certain is that this is by far the most experimental Let's Play I've ever done. I've just been toying around with so many things, like enemy bios, there's the synthesis videos, those were ridiculous. I just did a lot of things that I didn't exactly plan for when I did my test runs. I didn't even do my test runs on Proud mode. I thought Standard would be just fine and Proud wouldn't make too much of a difference. And I was dead wrong. I just thought, double damage, that's not too bad. It kind of is, actually. So yeah, it's been pretty interesting. And there's also the fact I'm using Adobe Premiere. That alone added a lot more layers that I didn't expect. Sometimes I just got way too carried away with editing. And I would just throw in a lot of things that I didn't expect to throw in. Heck, I even put R2-D2 in one of my videos. Definitely not something I ever thought I'd do, but I did it. It was still fun, even though it could get a little tedious, which is why some of these videos took so long. So, I hope this Let's Play is remembered fondly. And here we are at the final battle of the Hades Cup. Who's above Hades? The Rock Titan from Hercules. Quite an interesting boss that they decided to put here at the very top instead of Hades. Only problem is that he is piss easy. He just might be the easiest boss in the game. It might be because I have Ultimate Weapon and I'm kind of overpowered, but I feel no threat from this guy whatsoever. Now, like Hades, as you can see, he has hidden health bars. He actually has 2 invisible health bars this time. But as you can see, I'm shredding through them. His attacks are pretty powerful, but they're so infrequent that I don't feel threatened whatsoever. They can hurt, a lot. I think he can actually two-shot me. But as you can tell, I don't really care that much. I'm just spamming Ars Arcanum and that's kind of it. I get up there. There we go. And we just continue attacking the heads, and that's kind of it. Not sure what else to say. I don't know why we're getting tech points for every hit. I don't understand that. But yeah, that's it. Cool concept for a final battle. Pretty pathetic fight. If there's anyone out there who has trouble with this fight, let me know. I'm curious as to why. And with that, we are finally done with the Hades Cup. It took me quite a while, as you could tell. But it was worth it in the end. Ha, nice, Donald. Well, we gained quite a number of levels. We got all of the tier 3 spells now. And we also got Trinity limits, which I don't think I've ever used in this game. What it does is you expand all of your MP in order to do a gravity-based attack that's at least 600% gravity damage. I'll put the formula on screen. It's nice, but I never need to do it. Now, as you saw, another match has appeared, but I'm gonna be taking it on later. I feel like it's a nice way to handle the next episode. And yeah, there's Trinity limits. Yeah, you can't do it alone. You need Donald and Goofy with you. Fair enough since it's called Trinity. But next time on Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, we'll be taking on the next two Mystery Cups. So see you next time.